Okay, we're here at gotomath.com. Click up here on the algebra. Let's go down to the literal equations section. 8.1. Where are we at? Right here? There we are. There we are. Evaluate D. Solve for D. That's what it says. Of course, this is going to be for the green checkbox. Alright, AB equals CD plus E. Can I remember that? I hope so. Let's go over here. What are we solving for? D? I think I need to remember that first. Solve for D. So we have A, B equals C, D plus E. Yes. Okay. Want to solve for D. My God. What are we going to do here? Let's take, let's just go ahead and take this E to the other side. Let's do that. And that means we're going to be subtracting E. Subtracting E from both sides. And therefore we're going to have A over B minus E equals C over D. So we got several different ways of doing this problem, but this is what we're going to do. And I'm going to actually A, B, C, D plus C, making sure that stuff's the same. Let's get one single fraction right here, and since there is a 1 down here, we need to get a common denominator. Well, that's pretty easy to do. Let's use green. That's a B, so we're going to write B over B right here. See that? It's pretty simple. Now we got a common denominator. We can say A minus E times B over B is equal to C over D. Equal to C over D. We're trying to solve for D in this problem, so we've got to get this D up into the numerator. And where we're going to do that is, there's actually a trick. There's actually a trick. You could flip this fraction, flip that, and be done with it. But I think we better just use the rules of algebra to do that. Let's follow the blue line and just carry that right up here. Okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply both sides by D. Multiply both sides by D. Let's do that. Okay. Let's not skip any steps. And so we end up with D, I'm going to put a parentheses here, A minus E times B over B. Okay. And that's going to be equal to, so those D's will cancel out, and that's equal to C. Equal to C. Now what I can do is I can take this B diagonally up. In other words, I'm multiplying both sides by B. Should we skip that step? Maybe we shouldn't. Multiply both sides by B. Alright, and so now we're left with D times A minus E times B is equal to C times B. C times B. Okay. And I am going to skip this step. So we would multiply through by the reciprocal of this guy here, but you know that's the same thing as taking that diagonally down. Alright. So we're left with D is equal to C times B over A minus EB. A minus EB. Now remember what I said here? That you could just flip this, and this would be B over A minus EB, right? And this would be D over, this would end up being D over C, and then of course you'd multiply both sides by C, and that's how the C would get up here in the numerator, C times B. Anyway, you know, that's the trick you need to really learn, but we kind of went through the algebraic way, except we skipped this step here. Okay, so there you go. Let's go back to the home page and hope that is correct. D equals C times B Well, I mean, I know this is correct, but hope I got it programmed correctly. C times B, A minus E, B. That's what I hate about. See, I normally use the marker board here, but we are checking out some other things. D is equal to C times B, A minus EB. Checking out this guy, A minus, yeah, that looks good. Alright, and then of course I'll let you go up here, substitute in, and see what you got going on there. Hopefully everything works out. A is 5, E and B. You know that's going to end up being a negative number most of the time. What's the probability? Here's a question for you, right? Of course, you need to know what the range is on each one of these guys. What's the probability this is a negative number? Right, randomly selected, some randomly selected numbers, 1 through 10 for each. What's the probability? D is negative. That's your homework. Some point in time I'll be adding a big section to that. Show you how to figure that out. What are we doing? We're done. That's what we're doing. We're over here at gotomath.com. Come on by, practice. See you later, alligator.